Hello, my name is Nancy Driscoll, and all of you out there are ready, or I hope you're all ready to listen to the Alfred State College presentation. Um, like I said, my name is Nancy Driscoll. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions. I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about choosing a major, maybe kind of help lead you into how to begin or the college search process. I'm also going to start talking to you about Alfred State College, which is obviously my area of expertise, and hopefully at the end you'll be able to ask me some questions and maybe we can kind of engage and have a conversation. First of all, I think I'm going to start off by doing something that maybe some people don't like, but I'm going to get a little personal. I've been at Alfred for 13 and a half years, and quite honestly, I can say that every day when I get up in the morning, I absolutely love coming to work. I do love my job. It's very exciting to me to be an admissions counselor. I feel that I enjoy the journey that some of you students take me on. You're ready to end a journey called high school, and you're about to embark on a brand new journey, a new point in your life called the college process, and maybe just for a little while you take me on that journey. So it's very, very rewarding to be in this position. And before I get started, I also want to say that at any point during the whole college search process, please feel free to call upon me if you're interested in Alfred State or any admissions counselor at any school, because really our job, the reason why we've been hired at these institutions, is to be your resource. So please, please lean on us anytime you ever need us. First of all, when you're starting the college search process, what's really going to guide that process is the major that you have chosen. So for those that have not yet decided what they want to major in, you're probably in a place where you're not sure where to start and what to do. So I pose this question to you, to the students that are undecided. What is your passion? What is it that you enjoy doing the most? And is this something that you can make a career of? Is it something that you can get paid to do? If the answer to that question is yes, then let me pose another question. In order to enter into that industry, do you need a 2-year degree, a 4-year degree, or maybe you need a graduate degree, like a master's, or do you need a PhD or a doctorate? But first, I want you to start thinking about, start having those thoughts. If you're undecided, what are the things most in life that you enjoy doing and that you're very passionate about? And I think that starting point will help you to start working through trying to figure out what major it is that you want to consider. For those of you that have that all figured out, what exactly it is that you want to do, that's great. Now let's start talking about the college process, how to select a college and where to find that true academic fit for you. When you're looking at the college search process, you have an innumerable amount of research tools that you can utilize. And you're so lucky, this generation, because most of the research tools are right at your very own fingertips. But for those of you that may not have as much access to technology, I want to say the first person that you could use to try to start out and start working through the college process is your high school guidance counselor. That person has a lot of knowledge about colleges and majors and a lot of the perks and advantages that a school has to offer. They're certainly the person that you can start having a one-on-one conversation with and start putting things down on paper and figuring out the list of things that you want to see in a college. So definitely your high school counselor is a great person to go to for information. There's also college fairs. Here we are right now in the middle of a virtual college fair. So definitely I think that if you wanted to get lots of information about colleges, fairs are definitely the way to go. It's a great way to either log in or go to a site, and there would be admissions counselors there. And if you can't tell by now, you barely have to say anything to an admissions counselor and they'll immediately start engaging with you in a conversation. But it's a great way for you to meet an admissions counselor and just get some really good basic information about a college. Our virtual booth, you'll be able to have a variety of different links that you can click on. We have an academic link that talks about all of our 70 different majors that we offer here at Alfred State. There's also scholarship links, student life links, how to apply, all those nuts and bolts that will help you kind of get a good understanding of the college. So definitely I think that college fairs is a definitely great avenue to go. There's also a lot of research tools out there to use to do researches about different majors in different schools. College Week Live obviously has some sites, some places where you can go to get information and links where you can do some searches on the colleges that are participating in today's program. College Board is also another great venue to utilize as far as doing some searches and finding out about specific information about colleges. In the internet itself, you can Google search any college. Because you have become such a tech savvy generation, you forced us, the colleges, to become a little more tech savvy. So now when you go on any college website, you could do a virtual campus tour, so you can kind of get a look at what the school looks like, some of the academic buildings. You can see pictures of students to see what type of students go to that institution. So virtually, to visit a school now, sometimes you don't even need to leave your own home. You can do it through a virtual mechanism. Although I hope that you will also back it up by going for an actual visit, physical visit to the campus, because that is obviously going to be key throughout the college process as well. A lot of colleges now, we've all been federally mandated to have net cost calculators on our websites. So that way, not only can you look at a college website to see if they're an academic fit for you, but you can also look to see if it's a financial fit for you and your family. And that right now is a huge factor in when students are determining which college to go to, is whether, that school is within their financial reach. If you haven't had a conversation yet with your family about, the finances as far as how this college education is going to get paid for, have that conversation now, early on, so that way you know exactly which schools will be within your financial reach. There's also ways for students to go on college websites and fill out information, so that way the colleges can draw that information and send information through to you through the mail. So that's another way to research colleges, by virtually, once again, not doing anything but walking to your mailbox and picking up mail. So lots and lots of opportunities there to research, so take advantage of all of them. Probably the one key thing, though, as you're researching schools, the one key thing to remember is you really must go and visit the schools that you're looking at. And if you're someone that's undecided, not only about majors, but about what type of school you want to go to, start visiting now. See what a big school feels like. See what a small school feels like. Start going out there and really visiting and seeing what the college experience, that college life is all about at those institutions that interest you most. And when you get to the campus, what the key thing that you'll want to do is you want to ask questions. You want to ask questions of the students. Most colleges will give a general campus tour by one of their current students, so that would be a way for you to talk to a current student and get kind of all the, the ins and outs of what it's like to be a student at that campus. You'll also, when you schedule those visits to those college campuses, you'll want to meet with the faculty. You want to get a look at the labs and some of the opportunities within the major that you're looking at. You'll also want to have a one-on-one conversation with faculty members, so that way you know what the expectation is in the program, maybe how knowledgeable that faculty member is about the program that they teach within. You'll also want to ask those schools about their placement rate. Where are their graduates going? Are they getting jobs? There's a lot of stories out there in the media about college graduates are not able to find jobs. So you may want to look at some of the colleges out there and, what their job placement is. I have a question coming in now, and I will periodically stop and address those individuals that are going to ask questions. And the first question is what kind of degree do you offer at the undergraduate level? Well, Alfred offers 2-year and 4-year degree programs, so a student could come to Alfred for 2 years, earn an associate's degree, and they could either transfer on to another institution, or they could stay at Alfred all 4 years, get their bachelor's degree, and then go out into the workforce. So Alfred specializes in 2-year associate and 4-year bachelor degrees. We do not have master's degree at our institution, which those are graduate degree programs, but we do offer a variety of undergraduate degrees. If you, the person that asked the question, would like to look on the academic link and see exactly what programs we offer at the 2 and the 4-year level, you're more than welcome to, or just hang tight because in a few minutes I am going to be talking about some of the academic programs at Alfred. And thank you for that question. And back to what I was saying about visiting colleges, talk to the faculty. Find out, do the faculty at that institution serve as academic advisors? So the person that not only teaches in your chosen major, are they also going to be the person that's going to be advising you? I think that we do that here at Alfred, and that I think is key to the student success. And whether the faculty use grad assistants at those institutions, because some schools do. Obviously, we don't here at Alfred because we don't have master's degrees, but do they utilize grad assistants? So perhaps maybe in some of the courses that you'll be learning at those institutions may not necessarily always be a professor teaching the class. These are all the little things that you'll want to ask when you go for a visit. And I think the most key thing is that when you leave those colleges, is start building lists of things that you like, and maybe that's kind of on the radar screen about those schools. And then once you have gone for those initial visits and gotten kind of a taste of those campuses, then narrow it down, your list. Maybe you started with 8 schools and now you've limited, now you're down to these are the 3 running mates, these are the 3 colleges that interest you most. Well, go back and take a second look at the campus, take a closer look, do an overnight experience on that campus, see what it feels like to sleep on campus, wake up the next day, sit in on some classes. We definitely offer that here at Alfred, and I definitely recommend doing that. I had another question from the same student. The student is asking if, as an international student, do you provide scholarships that encompass free tuition? I'd ask you to go to our www.alfredstate.edu full website and click on international students, and we have a separate admissions counselor that handles the international process, and there would be links regarding scholarships. Being that I'm on the domestic side of things, I would say that you'd want to speak directly with our international counselor. I do know that we do offer scholarships to international students, but I can't speak to whether it encompasses the tuition, but just check out our website. There is an international scholarship link, and then any questions beyond that, please check with our international counselor. Okay, I hope that helps. Back to what I was saying, though, as you have narrowed down your list and you've taken that second closer look at the college, you're very welcome to the student that asked those questions. Good luck. But as you've narrowed down your list and you've gone and taken those second look at those schools, now it comes down to making your final decision as to which school to go to. And I'll be honest with you, we pour over a lot of research here in the admissions office. And after 13 and a half years, what I have determined why a student chooses a particular school, it all boils down to it's a gut instinct. There's a voice inside everyone that tells us things. Sometimes that little voice says, hey, things are going great. And sometimes that little voice says, oh, something doesn't feel quite right. It's called our intuition. And if you listen to that voice from time to time, it will steer you right. So start being confident in the voice inside you. And when you go and visit those colleges, intuition will start talking to you, and you'll have that experience where you get on a campus, either maybe it's your second visit, it could potentially even be your first visit, but it's the voice inside that tells you, this is where I'm going to fit in, and this is where I'm going to feel comfortable for the next 2 or 4 years. So my advice on that is, please allow yourself to have that experience. So go visit the schools. Now I'm going to start talking about my area of expertise, and that's Alfred State College. Alfred State is part of the SUNY system, State University of New York. It is probably one of the premier public institutions in the Northeast. There really is no other public higher educational system like SUNY. That encompasses 64 campuses all across New York. And there we offer a variety of different majors and focuses on each of those SUNY campuses. Our our top sector for the SUNY is our research centers. So these are SUNY schools that you may have heard of, like the University of Buffalo or the University of Binghamton or Stony Brook. They do primarily focus on research. They are also universities, so they will not only offer undergraduate degrees, but they will also offer master's degrees, PhDs, and doctorates. So they offer a very high level type of degree. Another sector within the State University of New York are liberal arts colleges. So these are your Geneseos, Plattsburgh, Fredonia. These university colleges primarily offer liberal arts degrees like education, communications, or criminal justice. But they also offer some technological degree programs as well. They typically offer 4-year degrees as well as some master's degrees. The next sector of SUNY are the technology colleges, and this is where Alfred State College fits into the SUNY system. Technology colleges typically offer cutting-edge, high-in-demand degree programs at the 2-year level and at the 4-year level. We are the only technology college in the Western New York area. Just to kind of give you a sense as to where we're located, we're about 2 hours southeast of Buffalo, about an hour and a half south of Rochester, New York. Those of you in the downstate area, New York City area that are listening, we're probably about 5.5 hours northwest of New York City. So we're we say kind of smack dab in the middle of the western New York region, and we're in the southernmost western part of the state. We're definitely located in a small town, so it's definitely rural around Alfred, New York. So we're definitely a school to come and see. When you pull into the village of Alfred, there is one street light, so don't blink or you'll miss it. I know some of you have heard that joke before, but I really do mean it. There's one street light, and as you pull into the village, you can either turn left to our neighboring Alfred University, which is a private school, or you could turn right to the Alfred State College, which is the public Alfred. So some of you may be thinking, hey, I've heard of Alfred before, but I'm wondering which Alfred I had heard of. Because there are actually 2 of us. We're 2 separate institutions, but in the same town, right across the street from each other with practically the same name. Here's a hint, sometimes it can be confusing, but just remember that Alfred State is the public Alfred. There's about 1,500 residents that live within the town of Alfred, and those 1,500 residents are either affiliated with the state college or the private university. And really, honestly, we are a town built on education. We're here to serve the college students that come to Alfred. And altogether, every year, we welcome about 6,000 college students to this little town called Alfred. We have about 3,500 students, and Alfred University has a little over 2,000, if you would also include the New York State College of Ceramics, which is also housed on their campus. So those that say, oh, well, our school, it's a college, we're located in a college town. We, once again, really do mean it. We are definitely a college town. Alfred was first founded in the early 1800s. We were settled by Seventh-day Adventists, and when they arrived in this area, they noticed that some of the village buildings mirrored the hometown of King Alfred, which was Winchester, England. So hence, that is how Alfred attained its name. And Alfred, the State College, was actually founded in 1908 We started our beginnings where we were a small agricultural school right on the Alfred University campus. But because farming it was a big industry back then, our programs in the agricultural area started to expand. So we moved across the street, and in the 50s we were bought by the State University of New York. And since then we have just grown to a really great institution. Our student base is, like I said, about 3,500 students. We have over 70 different majors that we offer. We do specialize in the areas of engineering, business, computers, health and sciences, agriculture, and something very unique that we specialize in here at Alfred. We specialize in applied technology, and I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth about all the variety of different programs that are here at Alfred. We're a residential campus. We have 13 residence halls on our campus, so you can come to Alfred and have a complete college experience. We have over 100 clubs and organizations for you to get involved in. We also have 18 intercollegiate sports as well. So there's definitely a variety of different opportunities at Alfred. I have a few questions here. I apologize, maybe perhaps I may have overlooked them. I have a question here from a student. We do not, the question is, do you have any courses for school teachers? We have, at the 2-year level, associate degree program, a 2-year liberal arts adolescent education program, and English is one of our concentrations. So you could get your 2-year associate's degree and then transfer to get your bachelor's and then your master's degree. So at Alfred, for education, it would be a 2-year stepping stone start. I hope I answered your question. Please let me know if I didn't. And then the next question, someone came in and said, want to know what are the advantages of studying at Alfred State College? Well, if you could patiently wait and get through my presentation, I'm really going to pinpoint on a lot of things, or what are the advantages of studying at Alfred. What I've been talking about a few minutes ago was about the 70 different degree options. So that's one definite positive advantage to come to Alfred. We offer such a variety, you know, like I had mentioned before, engineering, business, computers, agriculture, health and sciences, programs like applied technology, which is like automotive or welding or machine tool or culinary. I think that's one of the best benefits of Alfred, is the fact that we have so many options to choose from. So maybe for the student that's undecided, we're not going to pigeonhole you into any area. We're going to expose you to a variety of different majors. And one thing about those majors too is students take courses within their major the very first semester. You know, to the person that posed the question about what are the advantages of studying at Alfred, getting into your major the very first semester is critical. This is the whole reason why you went to that school, and to be able to get a taste of the major and the curriculum the very first semester is key to your success. I know at some schools you have to take courses the first 2 years and then apply to the school of, you know, education or the school of architecture or business, and then start taking courses within your major. So you've already invested 2 years into that institution and haven't taken very many courses within your chosen major. So I think that's one of the key things at Alfred, is you're going to hit the ground running right away by being immersed totally into your major the very first semester. And I kind of alluded to this earlier when I was talking about our faculty. They serve as academic advisors, and you know, we don't have grad assistants that teach in our classes. I think that's one of the other key points to Alfred, is the fact that students not only get exposed to their major right away, but the faculty area of expertise and knowledge, it's not only within the classroom, but it's outside the classroom through academic advising. You know, having someone that's an expert in their particular area and teaching those classes, they're only going to pass on all that knowledge and skills, and they'll pass it on to you. So I think that's very important. So to the person that asked the question about the advantages, I think those are the two very key things that I want you to know. But if you can be patient and wait through the rest of the presentation, I have some other good things to talk about Alfred. So we do offer a variety of different majors, and like I said, our faculty are experts in their area. We also have two campuses. We have one in Alfred, which is where we house our architecture, our variety of other engineering programs, our business, and our health and sciences programs, as well as our liberal arts. And then not too far away, about 18 minutes away, we also have a campus in Wellsville, which is totally dedicated to our School of Applied Technology. The School of Applied Technology is those types of programs that are 100% skills focused, so students are only going to take courses within their chosen major. They don't have to take liberal arts courses. They're just taking classes within their chosen major, like culinary, automotive, and welding. The other programs that are taught on the Alfred campus, like our architecture, our business, or health and sciences, those majors you will have to take liberal arts classes in order to earn a degree, so that's a graduation requirement. So that's also something key when you're looking at Alfred. Look at the breadth of the type of degree programs that we offer. Everything from an associate in applied science, associate of science, to an associate of occupational studies, to a bachelor's degree, a bachelor of science. We have quite a variety for you to choose from. And what that means for you is it provides a ladder approach for you. So you could come in. Maybe if you're not ready yet to commit to a 4-year degree program, you can come in and get your feet wet in a 2-year degree and earn a credential. And you could either go out into the workforce, or you could stay here at Alfred for 2 more years and get a second credential, which is your bachelor's degree. Or you could take your 2-year degree and transfer to another school and finish out your last 2 years and get your bachelor's degree. Or you're totally employable. I think that breadth of opportunity is really a great theme here at Alfred. In our, I'm going to break down each school now so I can talk a little bit more specifically about each of the majors here at Alfred. In the School of Arts and Sciences, this is where we house programs like our agriculture technology and our agriculture business and our vet tech program. So someone that's thinking about going into the farming industry, if you want to do a animal or a plant science concentration, really get the knowledge and skill to be able to care for animals on a college farm. You can do that through our agriculture technology program. And one great thing about that program too is that we offer an articulation agreement, which means if you start at Alfred and follow the articulation agreement and take the courses that are required, at the end of 2 years you could apply to Cornell University, and if you meet and get accepted into that institution through their transfer admissions criteria, you'll get full transfer credit and you can finish out your last 2 years and get your bachelor's degree with them. So under this agreement, it guarantees transfer credit. It doesn't guarantee acceptance, but it's a great opportunity, and many students take advantage of that. If you're someone that wants to learn how to run a farm, perhaps many of you have that in your family. Your family owns a farm. Our agricultural business program will teach you all the tools regarding that. And we offer a focus in dairy. We have a conventional dairy farm as well as an organic. And that's huge right now in the farming industry, in particular the dairy. And we have an 800-acre fully functioning college farm for students to participate in. So an opportunity, yes, you can take traditional classes in the classroom, but you can also get that hands-on approach by going to the college farm and actually working one-on-one with animals. And the vet tech program, you're someone that's interested in animals, and perhaps you want to get into the healthcare field. Well, a licensed veterinary technician is a licensed vet assistant. They will do all the things that a veterinarian does, except a surgery on their own. They'll care for the animals. They'll do x-rays, draw blood, do disease analysis. They'll do pre-op with our staff veterinarians. They'll work right alongside them in the surgical units, and they'll also do post-op. Students will get exposure to dogs, cats, mice, gerbils, snakes. They'll also, if they want to work with larger animals, can go to the college farm and work with our cows and horses. So it's a great program for students interested in, perhaps working with animals, but also someone that has a good focus and grasp of math and science. Excellent passing rate for Alfred on the veterinary technician licensing exam, and just some really great job opportunities. So that's a little bit about the agriculture programs. And then we also have a variety of liberal arts degree programs. When you click on the academic link in our booth, you're going to notice that you don't see programs like criminal justice or sociology or psychology. You won't see elementary education, programs of that nature. What those programs are to Alfred are 2-year starting points. So you could apply to any one of our liberal arts degrees. You can take your general education classes as well as concentrate in those majors that you're interested in. We certainly offer a variety of classes in all of those areas. We just don't offer the full 4-year degree. So you could take your general education courses, take your concentration, earn your associate's degree, transfer to another institution, and receive 100% transfer credit if you're looking to stay within the SUNY system. And we are very transfer friendly to private institutions as well. So it's not unusual for students to start at Alfred for 2 years and then transfer on, especially in those particular areas. We also offer programs in the health and sciences, and right now in the media you may have heard that's the career field to get into. So if you're someone that wants to go into a field where you're going to help individuals but also have a good strong math and science grasp, then perhaps the healthcare field is the field to look at. We have a 4-year nursing degree program. Students from high school will apply to the 2-year degree program. They will go into clinical settings the 5th week of their first semester. They'll work in a variety of different hospitals. They'll work in an urban or a rural hospital. They'll also get exposure to a pediatric environment, an emergency care environment, a long-term health care, and a psychiatric setting. So we expose you to all the different areas of nursing to try to help you figure out which area of nursing you'd like to get into. After 2 years, you not only earn your associate's degree, but you also can sit for the licensing exam. So you're a registered nurse after 2 years. After 2 years, you could go into the workforce because you're completely employable once you get the license. And you can either take your last 2 years, your bachelor degree courses, either on campus, or you could also do them online. So really at Alfred, nursing is an excellent option. We also offer a forensic science technology program. This is designed for students that want to get into the criminal justice field, but their focus is more the lab environment. They like doing analyticals and running tests. It's not someone that wants to be at the crime scene collecting that data. It's something that's already been collected and brought to a lab, and you'll work with all the state-of-the-art lab equipment that forensic scientists use in industry. Students can have an opportunity to do an internship at a variety of different crime labs. At the end of 4 years, students earn their bachelor's degree and they can go right out into the workforce. And the nice thing too is that a student has enough of the lab skill and the lab knowledge, so perhaps maybe they could also gain employment at hospitals or healthcare facilities where doing lab testing is available because you've had all the experience in working on a variety of different types of scientific equipment. So that's a little bit about our forensics program. Also within the School of Liberal Arts, we have a variety of different environmental options, which is also another up-and-coming field to get into. I have another question that came in. Do you offer scholarships for international students? And I did answer that question previously, and I'm going to just repeat myself for a moment, and that this is primarily a fair for domestic students, but I'm glad that you stopped in to say hello. But please go to the alfredstate.edu website, click on international students, and there is a link that speaks to scholarships that we offer for international students. And there is contact information on those international pages. Our international counselor is Melissa Holland, and she'd be a great person to talk to about other questions regarding scholarships for international students, as well as overall admissions questions related to international. And good luck to you. In the, like I was saying about the environmental degree programs, Alfred offers programs for students that want to start for 2 years and try to figure out which area of environmental they want to get into. I mean, maybe you want to become a landscape architect, or maybe you want to get into environmental technology. We have a variety of those options at the 2-year level, and is designed for transfer. We also, though, offer a 2-year degree called Environmental Technology, and this is designed for students that are interested in soil or land testing. So if you wanted to water or soil testing, we offer a degree program specifically for that degree program. And another question came through from Mr. Bailey. What would you say are the important items for international students to pay attention to in the application? I would defer that question to our international counselor, and that person can be reached at the alfredstate.edu website. Her name is Melissa Holland. Her contact information is there. I think I can say, for being a domestic counselor, I can say the key thing with the application process is just watch the deadlines and the necessary required information and get those things in a timely fashion. Overall, Alfred is rolling admission, so it's first come, first serve. So starting that process early is key. I hope I answered your questions. If not, please look at our website and find Melissa's contact information, because I think that she would be a great resource to help you through that. Okay, moving on. In the School of Architecture and Management and Engineering Technology, Alfred offers a variety of programs. In the business area, we offer everything from accounting, sport management, entrepreneurship if you want to start your own business, financial planning if you want to get into working with people's portfolios, invest their money in the stock market. We also have a variety of information technology degree programs. Maybe you're someone that's very good at computers and you like the idea of maybe networking or developing software, doing web design. Or maybe you're someone that's very interested in digital media and animation. Maybe you like the computer aspect, but the animation side of things. We have a program where students can design characters within video games and cartoons. So clearly within the areas of business and information technology and animation, Alfred offers a variety of different options. Those programs can be either at the 2 or the 4-year level, so you could once again come to Alfred for all 4 years, or stay for 2 and transfer, or stay for 2 and go out into the workforce. I think one of the great things about especially with our School of Business and our business degree options, because I know that's a very common major that a lot of schools offer. I think the important thing with our program is first of all the faculty. They're a wonderful group of individuals to work with. They're very knowledgeable, and they're here, like all the other faculty members, they're here for the student. But due to their business connections, we have some really great internship opportunities through our business programs. And getting real work experience and putting that on your resume will only help when you go out into the job force, help your resume resonate to the top of the pile. So I think that's one of the key things about our business programs is our internship opportunities. Probably another key thing with our business programs is we have a really great study abroad opportunity where students can study in Italy at the University of Sorrento. So you could take classes with business in another country for a semester, earn credits, and have a really also a great personal experience. Someone was asking if you offer education as a master's degree program. I'm sorry that we don't. We don't offer any master's degree programs at Alfred State College. Another student has asked what is the tuition for in-state students and what is the tuition for out-of-state students. I am definitely going to be able to get to that later in my presentation, but I'll address that now just in case if we don't have time. Just a minute. I want to go over the entire cost with you. Okay, so for cost information, in-state tuition currently right now for in-state New York residents is $5,870. And then with room and board, books and fees, the total cost to attend Alfred as a New York resident is a little over $18,000 for 1 year, and that doesn't include any financial aid yet. And definitely financial aid is available. About 86% of our students receive some type of financial aid. And now as an out-of-state student, if you're someone outside the New York area, out-of-state tuition at the 2-year level, there's actually 2 different levels of tuition. If you're in a 2-year degree program, the tuition is $9,740. And if you're in a 4-year degree program, it's $15,320 for tuition. Then with room and board, books and fees, for a 2-year degree each year it's a little over $22,000, and for a 4-year degree for an out-of-state student it's a little over $28,000. Here's a tip to the out-of-state students. If you are looking at Alfred, one of our 4-year options, my statement I'm about to say is it's going to save you a little over $10,000. Start in the 2-year program and utilize the associate degree tuition, which is less. You can always start out in a 2-year degree program. Every 4-year degree has a 2-year start. Starting the 2-year program, you'll save a significant amount of dollars in the tuition for the first 2 years, and then when you get to your junior, senior year, you'll have to pay that little bit higher of a tuition, but there's definitely advantage, at least for an out-of-state student starting in the 2-year degree program. The other thing is we have some great scholarships for not only students within New York, but students outside the New York area, so definitely please check out our scholarship link. Most of our scholarships are geared towards students that are academically strong, so academics is a big factor. So definitely look at our scholarship link, and if you have earned very good grades in high school, you will be rewarded for those. And maybe for a younger student, I want to address this now. As a younger student, if you're a sophomore or junior and you're listening in, here's a tip. Start hitting the books hard, start getting really good grades, because by virtue of getting really good grades, when you get to the college process and paying for school, by getting really good grades, you might seal the fact that there will be money in your pocket because you will get a scholarship. And another thing about scholarships is it's free money and you don't have to pay that back. So definitely concentrate on the books as a younger student. If you're someone now that's a junior, this is a year that'll make the difference, because your high school will calculate your overall GPA and rank in your class. So you still have a good couple of months to make a difference your junior year and really improve your GPA in your rank. So good luck to the juniors. And for seniors, it's always important at this point to continue on and really concentrate in your classes now, because that'll help you build a strong foundation and be able to be a much more successful student once you get to the college environment. I'm going to go back and briefly talk a little bit more about our engineering options and about our applied technology, and then hopefully maybe we can then wrap it up. But in the School of Engineering, we offer a variety of different options, from mechanical, electrical, surveying, to construction management, to just a variety of different options. They're all at the 2 and the 4-year level. Our programs are all engineering technology, which means that they're going to be very hands-on type programs. You will not be spending 100% of your time in a lecture talking about mechanical or electrical design. You're actually going to go into a lab, apply what you learn from those lectures, and start problem solving very early on as an engineering student. We're going to hone in on that skill, and once you graduate, many of our engineering firms that pick up our students when they graduate, they say that they're just such a savvy student, and it's because of those lab environments, that lab focus, that really helps the student really to become a very good designer and problem solver, which are 2 key criteria that you need in order to become an engineer. So that's what I want to say a little bit about our engineering programs. We also offer a variety of options as far as architecture. So if you're someone that's thinking about going into the architecture field and really focusing in on design, we're one of the only schools within the State University of New York that offers a Bachelor of Architecture, a B.Arch degree. It's a 5-year professional program. It's the most direct route to become a licensed architect. Once our students earn their bachelor's degree, they can either transfer on and get their master's degree, or they can go out into the workforce and start working toward the number of years of work service in order to be able to then sit for the architectural licensing exam. With that particular field, if you don't know this, is that you not only have to have education, but you have to have years of work experience before you can actually sit for the licensing exam. And our program is designed for someone to come in, get all the educational skills they need so they can get a job, build that work experience in order to at some point sit for the licensing exam. For those of you that are thinking architecture but not necessarily sure if the design aspect is something that interests you most, we have an architectural technology program, and that's a 4-year degree. And that's designed for someone that perhaps maybe wants to go into the field and deal more with the structural modeling, the more CAD side to it. So you may be someone that will work underneath an architect and take his design and run with it, and then come back and say that the design that you came up with, you can't build it. That's what an architectural technologist does, and there is a high demand for architectural technologists in the job industry, so lots and lots of great job opportunities within that field. Now let's talk a little bit about our School of Applied Technology. I alluded to it earlier that they're a 100% hands-on skills focused program. What I mean is that students that come to Alfred for any one of our applied technology degree programs, they will come in day one until graduation 2 years later. They will only take classes within their major. So if they're a culinary student, they're going to be in the kitchens. They'll take classes that are more in a lab type focus environment. They'll prepare over 600 meals a day. They'll get well over 2,200 hours of work experience through that degree program. And when they go out into the workforce, they're ready to become a chef at a restaurant. There's also a business focus to the program, so they'll get into not only preparation and planning, but budget and things like that. We also have a pastry chef program, so if someone's interested more into the pastry side of things, that's one of the unique things about Alfred, that we have culinary and baking. We also offer drafting CAD and machine tool and welding. These programs, the first year students are building, the basic principles within those jobs, and then by their second year they're filling real work orders. We have a lot of partnerships with industry, and students are able to fill real work orders by that second year. And I always tell students the second year almost feels like an apprentice type program, because they're that so heavily involved in their learning and their skill that it practically feels like a job at that point, that they're filling those real work orders. These particular programs like welding and machine tool and drafting are in very high demand. There's actually a national shortage for welders and machinists and draftsmen. So if you're someone that's undecided, but you like working with your hands, and perhaps maybe the learning environment for you like that more hands-on approach rather than sitting in a classroom and have someone lecture to you like I am right now. If you like the more hands-on approach, perhaps maybe looking at some of those applied technology degree programs is key. The other areas that we focus on is, the automotive. We have everything from auto service, auto body repair, heavy equipment truck and diesel technician, to motorsports. Maybe you're someone that likes the automotive industry, but you like more of the high performance. So maybe going into the race car aspect of the automotive industry, we have a degree program like that. And we actually have a separate facility that teaches those specific classes as far as race car design, fabrication. And we have programs that teach you how to become a pit crew member at NASCAR. So, like I said, world of opportunities here at Alfred. In the building trades area, we're very heavily into construction here at Alfred. We have a building construction program for students that want to get into residential or commercial building. We also have students that want to maybe get into masonry, stone, brick, and block laying. We have students interested in becoming an electrician, air conditioning and heating and plumbing technology. We also have heavy equipment operations. That's very unique to our institution. Not a lot of schools offer that type of degree program. So in the building trades area, the building construction industry, we have a variety of different options. I think one of the great things too about our building construction program is that we're basically building a small community in the town where I live, which is not too far from campus, which is where we house our School of Applied Technology. It's called Wellsville, New York, and we're working on our 53rd home. So just a really, really great opportunity for students to, roll up their sleeves and really immerse themselves into the construction field and really gain some really valuable knowledge. That's kind of Alfred's academic programs in a nutshell, and I know I went through all those programs quite quickly. I hope that you'll take advantage of the academic links and some of the academic pages within our web pages on our website. It'll give you a little bit more in-depth information, because clearly I'm an expert on 70 different degree programs, but I certainly couldn't spend the time with you to talk about each and every one of those degree programs. So I'm hoping that I gave you a good glimpse at some of the breadth of opportunities that are available to you at Alfred. I did talk to you a little bit about the cost. at Alfred. And I don't know if I may go back and repeat some of that just in case if you have those questions. But one thing I really want to speak to here about the learning environment at Alfred, which really separates us from a lot of different schools, is the fact that we have something here called project-based learning. And what that means is that students are basically having life-changing experiences while they're studying within their major here. And I'm going to give you some examples of what I mean by that. The building construction students, they now have an opportunity where they can spend a semester in the South. And what that means is that we take them down to New Orleans, Louisiana, and they are rebuilding homes. They're doing residential and commercial building right in the Hurricane Katrina hit area. They're working with a Habitat for Humanity group, and they basically are taking their regular classes as if they were here, in Alfred, but they're down in Louisiana. So they get about an hour, hour and a half a lecture, and then the rest of the time it's spent at a work site. And for many students going into the building construction field, I can say that they're having a life-changing experience because what they get to see at the end of the day is that they took someone who completely lost their home and gave it back to them. And that's the life-changing experience for those students. And that focus of project-based learning is something that, helped them have that kind of experience. And our nursing students and our vet tech students, they are able to go to Haiti at the end of the spring semester, and they can spend 2 weeks in Haiti in the earthquake hit area. The nursing students are working within the hospitals and caring for individuals that were hurt during the earthquake. And our vet tech students are doing animal rescue and providing medical attention to the animals that were injured during the earthquake. Once again, they're getting real work experience. They're able to be in a healthcare environment like no other, to treat someone that was, injured in an earthquake and be able to take that experience, build the knowledge, use what they learned in a classroom or in a hospital environment, but also have, like I said, a life-changing experience. In the architecture program, as well as the business, students are able to go to the University of Sorrento and actually take classes at the University of Sorrento. I spoke a few minutes ago about the business students. Let me talk about the architecture students, though. They are taking architectural design classes in probably one of the best areas as far as historical architecture, Europe. They're studying in Italy, and some of the students are actually working on an independent project. The students were spending some time in the village of Sorrento, and they were talking to some of the local administrators in charge of some of the municipalities down there. And they were noticing the port system. Sorrento is an area where a lot of goods and ships come in, but there's so many that the port now really cannot handle the number of ships that come in. Well, the architecture students did a design to the village of Sorrento, how to redesign the area where ships can gravitate in and bring in more merchandise and more services to help the economy of Sorrento. So not only were they able to work on an independent project like that, but they had a life-changing experience not only for themselves, but they're also changing the lives of the individuals and the people that live in the village of Sorrento. One more project-based learning experience that I'd like to share with you are heavy equipment operations students. A lot of our students are very into getting involved in community activist activities. There was a flooding incident, a horrific one in the Broome County, Binghamton, New York area. Binghamton is probably about 2 hours east of Alfred. And many of our students had gone down to help in the recovery of the flooding and help with some of the cleanup. Well, we had some of our heavy equipment operations students went down to help, but they were talking to some of the local municipalities, and they were talking about how the river there, whenever they get an increased amount of rain, the river overflows and goes right into the city of Binghamton. And what the heavy equipment operations students thought, they said that maybe we should do something about that. So they, got all their heavy equipment operations equipment and went down to Broome County, and they started changing the landscaping and the topography of that river, so now the water will not recede to the village but recede around. once again, changing the lives of the individuals that live within that area that had to deal with a horrific flooding incident. I think that's one example, last example of some of the project-based learning opportunities at Alfred. I think one of the other great things about Alfred is our placement rate. And this is a statistic that's pretty critical when you think about the success of an institution. And this is something we're very proud of. We have a placement rate of 99%. That means that 99% of the students that graduate from Alfred either continue their education or get a job in their chosen field. And I think that's key that speaks to the fact that our faculty are preparing our students, they're educating them in the classroom or through a lab or an internship or a co-op. They're providing them with a skill level to go out there and be sought after by employers. That's probably one of the single most important statistics when you think of Alfred, because it speaks directly to the success of our institution, and we are very, very proud of that. So I guess I'm going to ask, does anybody want to become part of that 99%? In order to apply to Alfred, if you're all ready to get started, especially if you're a senior, we're already taking applications now for fall 2014. If you're someone that's not there yet, if you're a junior or sophomore, you would want to definitely apply by in the senior year around Halloween or no later than Thanksgiving of your senior year. You can apply using the SUNY application, so you can hit the Apply Now button on our website or within our virtual booth, or you can go to suny.edu and get the SUNY application from there. Either way will take you to the link to the SUNY application. You'll fill out some of the basic information, and then you'll carry on and take the link over to the SUNY supplemental form and fill out that form as well. We require 2 parts on the SUNY supplemental form. It's the listing of your senior year courses as well as your admissions essay. So yes, an essay is required as part of the admissions process. And let me give you a tip about the admissions essay. If you're someone that has a story to tell why you're interested in the particular major that you're applying to at our school, tell us why. As we review your application, you're going to have to send us your high school transcript and your SATs. And I'll be honest with you, predominantly most of our admissions decision, we do focus in on the academic side of things. But if you're someone that might be a borderline student, that admissions essay in a lot of cases sometimes makes the difference. So if you have a story to tell, maybe why you chose nursing or why you chose architecture, tell us that story in your admissions essay. My job ultimately is to find the best academic fit for the institution, because our goal is to ensure that the students that come in through the admissions office, once they get here, they're going to be successful. So a lot we will rely on your academics. That will tell the tale, all those numbers, your Regents exams, your SATs, your course grades. But like I said, that admissions essay is the one personal thing that you can tell me about you as to why you want to study that major or any type of story that you want to share with me. It's the one thing that'll separate you and bring a little bit more information to the table when we're reviewing your application. So really work hard on that admissions essay. We will also, like I said, need your high school transcript. SATs and ACTs are required, in particular for 4-year programs, for scholarships, in order to play an NCAA sport. So pretty much, it's, for any student, you definitely need to have SATs. If you're applying to a 2-year program and you don't want to be considered for scholarship and you don't want to play an NCAA sport, then SATs will not be required. For the admission side of things, for a 4-year degree program, students need to have a minimum of a B+ average, about 1100 SAT or 21 ACT composite. For our 2-year programs, we typically see about a C+, B- average with about a 950 SAT. Most of our programs will have specific courses from high school that you'll need to meet. For example, for nursing, you'll need biology or chemistry. For some of our engineering programs, you'll need to have a heavy level math and science background. So some programs will be a little more stricter to get into. We're almost winding down. I don't have any questions. I have about 2 minutes left. But I just wanted to speak to a little bit about Alfred, my final notes. First of all, there's links to our visits, so definitely come check us out. Check us out for an open house program. It's a great day to come on the weekend. Bring your family with you. We'll provide a free lunch. It will be an opportunity for you to tour the academic area you're most interested in, get a campus tour to check out the residence halls. You get to talk with athletics, student life, You get to talk to financial aid, so it's a really, really great day to come to campus and really get a good feel for the school. If you want to check us out, virtually first and then maybe plan on a visit, you can do that. We have a virtual campus tour with a link on our website. I think one of the great things about Alfred is that I can't say it enough, is our focus on students. So if you come to Alfred, you're not going to be a number. We're going to know you by name. Small town, small community, that has a lot of benefits. We have some great opportunities on the academic side of things, as well as the student life side. Living here socially, meeting other students, meeting all different walks of life. That's a great thing here at Alfred. We're definitely, a diverse campus, and you'll really be able to become a part of a really great community. We have a 99% placement rate, so you will come to Alfred and you'll be immersed into your major right away, and you're going to get a good job. It's all what you make it out to be, so also remember that. We can provide you with all the tools, but all of that too, it leads up to you and what type of person you are. So I wish you all the best of luck. The presentation now is closing. I hope you all have a great day, and if you ever need anything, like I said before, feel free to call upon the admissions counselors, because that's what we're here for. Thanks a lot.